Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we are from group 5. My name M.Dimas Arya and my friends Ananda, Wahyu, Ningsih, Disla, Ratna, Annisa, Aulia, Azzahra, and Ajeng, Irma, Rahmawati. In this video, we will present our presentation about teaching, speaking, and listening. So it begins from teaching speaking. Teaching speaking can be defined as an activity to teach learners to produce the English speech sounds and sound patterns by using word and sentence stress, intonation patterns, and the rhythm of the second language. Student will also select appropriate words and sentences according to the proper social setting, audience, situation, and subject matter. From that definition, there are three main reasons for getting students to speak in the classroom. Firstly, speaking activities provide rehearsal opportunities to practice real-life speaking in the safety of the classroom. Secondly, speaking tasks in which students try to use any or all of the language they know provide feedback for both teacher and students. Everyone can see how well they are doing, both how successful they are, and also what language problems they are experiencing. And finally, the more students have opportunities to activate the various elements of language they have stored in their brains, the more automatic their use of these elements become. So, as a result, students gradually become autonomous language users. This means that they will be able to use words and phrases fluently without very much conscious thought. I think that's all for me. The next materials we will deliver with my friends. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ananda Ningsih. My student number is 44. In this occasion, I will continue what my friends has explained before. So, the first topic that I'm going to explain is about correcting speaking. And the question is, when teachers need to correct their student mistake? Okay, first, when student needs it to continue, I mean like when students say like, I go to, then they look confused and look at the teacher for asking help. Well, here teacher will offer help like, oh, maybe park. Well, by this way, a student will not feel embraced or intimidated because they the one who asking for help itself. Okay, second, when the meaning that students say is uncertain, like, I go to the park yesterday. Well, here teacher realized that what the student say is wrong. So teacher will say yesterday. If yesterday, you need to change the verb become verb 2. Remember? Well, here teacher will interrupt or for clarification and give the correct language for the meaning to be fully understood. Okay. The third is when several students make the same mistake. I mean like when in this case teacher realize or notice that their student make the same mistake. This indicates that the whole class has this error. So teacher will make or create a mini lesson about this error and give it to the students for the next meeting. On that occasion, teacher will give the correction and ask students to focus on where they may be going wrong. Well, guys, the next topic is about what teachers do during speaking activity. Well, actually, there are two kinds of teachers in speaking class. Well, the first is teachers get very involved with the students. Well, some teachers get very involved with the students and want to participate in the activity themselves. They may argue forcefully in a discussion or get fascinated in role play and start playing themselves. Okay, the second is teachers intervene in some ways. Well, some teachers will have to intervene in some ways if the activity is not going smoothly, like if there is a student in a role play cannot think of what to say, and if the discussion begins to dry up, well, here teacher will decide whether the activity should be stopped or not because the topic has run out this time. Well guys, the next topic is about what activities to promote students' speaking skill. Well, actually, there are several activities that must be help students to increase their speaking skills, such as discussion, role play, information gap, brainstorming, storytelling, interview, picture describing, and so on. Well, the next material will be delivered by my friend.
So it's my turn to deliver to you about kinds of listening. Okay, the first one is about listening extensive or extensive listening is a listening teaching method where the student need to learn about teaching outside the class. For example, like student need to learn in a real life or real condition in a crowded place, and then the student need to concentrate about what speakers say. And the second one is about intensive listening. Intensive listening is the listening teaching method where the student need to learn about listening inside the class. So it can be student need to hear about a listening station from a tape recorder or also come from a CD. So let us move into the material about listening sources. In the teaching about listening, there are so many sources that can we got. The first one is about recorded extract. So we can download so many material in the internet, like from recorded extract on CD or tape or via MP3 player or some kind of that. And then the second one is about live listening. So there, the teacher need to invite a native or visitors into the class if it is possible. And then the teacher also can divide the student into each group so they can role play different character, and they also can talk and listen to in listening section. So that's all about my explanation, and another material will be delivered by my partner.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aulia Azzahra, and in this video I will explain about listening level and listening skill. So first, listening level. In teaching listening, obviously we want the student to listen to listening material in a number of kinds, such as news broadcast, public announcement, recorded messages, lectures, dramatic dialogue, phone conversation, and so on. But we will also have to decide whether what they listen to should be authentic or not. But authentic speech are more appropriate to high-level student, while lower-level student will learn from approximate real-life language materials that match to their level. Next, listening skills. Students should be able to listen to a variety of things in a number of different ways. In the first place, they have to recognize paralinguistic clues such as intonation in order to understand the mood and the meaning. And then they also need to be able to listen for specific information such as names, numbers, time, and so on. And sometimes for general information, like they are listening to a story or interacting in a social conversation. That's all about my material. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ajeng Irma Rahmawati. My lesson number is 55, and in this opportunity, I would like to continue the explanation about listening principle. Well, for the first principle is about encourage students to listen as often and as much as possible. Well, the more students listen, the better they get listening, and the better they get understanding pronunciation and using it appropriately themselves. One of our main texts is about encourage students to listen English as much as possible. And we as the teacher have to use several media such as internet, podcast, CD, audio to help them improve their listening skill. The second principle is help students prepare to listen. Students need to be ready to listen. They will need to look at the picture, discuss the topic, and read the question first. For the example, in order to predict what is coming, this is not just that they are in the right frame of mind, but also they are engaged with the topic and the task and really want to listen. Okay, we are moving in the third principle is about once may not be enough. There are almost no occasion when the teacher play an audio track only once. Students will want to hear it again to pick up the things that they missed for the first time. And in this case, for live listening, students should be encouraged to ask for repetition and clarification when they need it. The fourth principle is about encourage students to respond to the content of listening, not just to the language. An important part of listening sequence is for teachers to draw out the meaning of what is being said, to discern what is intended, and find out what impression it makes on the student. The fifth principle is about different listening stage demand different listening tasks. Because there are different things we want to do with listening tasks, we need to set different tasks for different listening stage. This means that for a first listening, the task may need to be fairly straightforward and general. That way, the student's general understanding and response can be successful, and the stress associated with listening can be reduced. The last principle is about good teachers exploit listening tasks to the full. The teacher can play a track again for various kinds of study before using the subject matter, situation, or audio script for a new activity. The listening then becomes an important event in a teaching sequence rather than just an exercise by itself. I think that's all about our presentation. Thank you very much for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi